Hey everyone, today I brought you a not so optimistic review about a knife that gave up on me in a pretty ugly way. This is the SOG Ultra XR with gold titanium nitride coating, and before we get into it, I had to say that I really like the concept and I could not wait to carry this knife during the summer. I thought this would be a perfect light EDC option for the warm season that would not drag down my summer shorts. It has a pretty thin S35VN blade which makes this knife an amazing slicer. It also has a pretty fun crossbar lock and the handle is made out of gorgeous carbon fiber. The Ultra XR also features an oversized pocket clip, so it also doubles down as a card holder. And of course, all metal parts you see are coated with titanium nitride that gives this pretty unique gold color. When I started using the Ultra XR, it was showing promise. I was also telling myself that this knife is too good to be true. Sadly, I was right about the too good to be true part. The Ultra XR has some disturbing low quality elements to it. This is not a subjective opinion but an objective fact. If you look at this knife, you can also see that I'm not nitpicking when I'm telling you that something isn't cool here. There's a big problem with the titanium nitride coating that spontaneously comes off the blade. It is a big deal as I mostly bought this knife because of its looks. And it blows my mind because this is something that I've never seen before. This problem literally goes deep as titanium nitride is applied to the steel using PVD technology. During the process, this extremely hard coating literally becomes part of the steel on a molecular level. You could remove tiny only by sanding off the top layer of the blade. Durability is the number one reason why people use titanium nitride to coat their drill bits or gun parts, and it should never come off by itself. If you guys look at this blade carefully, you cannot see any signs of me beating on this knife. No scratches, no chipping anywhere. The coating came off in a very random pattern. It does not look like something that is simply worn off. The gray area has this long line on the side of the blade with a lot of smaller dots around it. And it has a way different look on the other side of the blade. It is weird as hell and my knife should never ever look like this. I know this because I actually own some other nitride coated gear and those things behave way differently. Let's look at this Microtech Tech P as an example, which I use for the dumbest applications, yet it looks like new. Compared to the SOG Ultra XR that I baby and it looks like poop. At first I thought I was alone with my problem and I just got a faulty knife, so I did a little research among the retailers who offer this knife for sale. And I stumbled upon some pretty interesting customer reviews. And I really appreciate that nowadays people make the effort to post their ratings with pictures. By looking at these images, I realized that my problem is actually pretty common. On top of that, the coating coming off is not exclusive to this specific model that I have. It's actually a shared issue among all gold-coated SOG products, including the SOG Terminus series, and it's pretty obvious that people have all kinds of weird experiences with SOG's nitride coating. I have no idea whether it is a fail or a fake, and there's a chance that SOG had good intentions, they just messed up the execution. But I truly have questions and doubts about how legit this PVD coating actually is. What do you think about this, guys? Please let me know in a comment because I'd really love to hear your opinion about this issue. And I also wanted to hear SOG's opinion about this coating as well. So I sent them an email about my issue. I was asking them about the validity of the coating. In their response, SOG refused to tell me anything about the origins. They straight up ignored my questions. This is a little sus if you ask me. If I would do the same to any other manufacturer out there, they would lash out stating that their stuff is the real deal. To defend SOG, they at least replied to my email. They also instructed me to file an official request on their website that they could accept, and only then I could send my knife back to them. So, they as a group could study and observe it, pun intended, and if I was not beating on this knife, they might send me a replacement product. So, I went ahead and tried to file my request, but I was unable to submit the form. As their website said, I had an invalid phone number. So there is a SOG warranty available for my product. I just can't use it because the website is blocking me. And I'm stuck with my knife because they don't like my phone number. It is crazy! But there's another issue with SOG's lifetime warranty. It would cost me an $80 delivery at my own expense to get my knife to the address they gave me. And I do not want to beat up SOG so much because I have very little experience with them and maybe they just made a mistake. Honestly, I'm not mad at SOG for their crappy website or the crappy knife they sold me. I'm much more disappointed in all the clickbait YouTubers who were hyping up this miracle knife, calling it their favorite. I genuinely do not understand them pushing this knife to be decent. Like, what are you smoking? Sure, it is a super interesting concept to look at, but in practice the Ultra XR has the poorest action I've ever experienced. Sure, it is slim and light, and out of the box it looks amazing. Literally candy for your eyes. But knives in this category are user items. They shouldn't be kept in a display case. And when it comes down to actually using the SOG Ultra XR, this knife is bad. It trades off too much from its knife identity, and it doesn't feel like a knife that is also a card holder. It primarily feels like a card holder that also has a blade. My main argument to back this claim is the crossbar lock, which rusts like crazy, by the way. But on top of being a weak interpretation, this crossbar lock cannot function if you are using the Ultra XR as a money clip and simultaneously want to cut something. If you truly wanna have a good knife that can legit cut some things and also has a dedicated money clip, my best tip would be a Microtech Exo set. I love mine and it actually works as advertised. It can also be opened and closed meanwhile it holds your cards, unlike the SOG Ultra XR. But if we are already looking at the alternatives, I'm going to show you a secret, but you can't tell anybody. Sorry for being brutally honest in this video, but somebody had to say it. Please leave a like if you appreciate it. And good luck until we see each other again.